What is going on, guys? How are we doing today? I have some interesting stories to tell you about the new Tandem release, right? The Control IQ, the algorithm for keeping your blood sugars in range, and why I didn't get it. It's gonna be an interesting video. As you can tell, I got my FTF shirt on, reppin'. I love this thing. As you can also probably tell, I got a cut on my forehead. Boy, I did that in the gym yesterday. It's rough. Got smashed by a piece of iron. But let's jump into why I didn't get Control IQ. I've got a couple reasons for you. Okay, so stick with me through the video, and you might find some that are interesting to you as well. Now, the first reason why I did not get the Control IQ update. I got the email from Tandem saying, hey, the update's ready for you. All you gotta do is go through your insurance, get it approved, and we'll send it out to you. I said, great, wait, my insurance? What? Yeah, so I go through insurance, and guess what happens? Hello, thank you for reaching out. Sorry, but we can't give this to you right now. I knew it. My insurance is just notorious for taking their time with new things. They love to make sure every little bit and piece is in place and all their ducks are in a row, and oh, he doesn't need that just yet. We'll make him wait a little longer. I'm sitting here like, gosh dang it, there's this new piece of technology that could potentially help me, and you're going to tell me that I don't need it yet. Frustrates me beyond belief. So that's rule number one, reason number one. Insurance, okay? They're taking their time, I'm not able to get it. I can't get it because my insurance is tiptoeing around. Now, the other reasons are specific to Tandem, okay? So within Tandem, they want to protect themselves, obviously, and keep things in line with medical law or whatever, right? So they don't get sued, I get that. But there's an interesting thing that once you download Control IQ, you cannot go backwards. You can't revert back to basal IQ. You can't revert back to not having either basal or Control IQ. Once you download it, it's on your pump forever. So that's interesting. Something to consider, right? The other thing that I found really interesting is that the new algorithm, Control IQ, versus the old algorithm, which is basal IQ. Basal IQ protected you from going low. And if it noticed that within 30 minutes from your Dexcom G6 sensor that you were going to go below 80, it would just cut insulin, right? No more insulin, keep them above 80. I was like, cool, I like being above 80. That's an ideal range for me, right? Now, Control IQ doesn't cut off insulin unless you're going to go below 70. I'm like, ooh, that's a little bit closer, right? That's a little bit more kind of playing with fire than I would prefer, because I don't want to go below 70, right? I like that 80 threshold. So if you prefer to have the threshold of 80, you might think about, pros and cons before you download it and have it there for good. You can't go back to basal IQ. Now, of course, Tandem knows what they're doing, right? While that low threshold is 70 of when you're going to have the insulin cut off, they have other thresholds as well. So if you're going to dip below 112.5, it will decrease your basal. Right? If you go above 160, it's going to increase basal. If you go above 180, it's going to deliver a small bolus to bring you back down. They aim to keep you, I believe the range is between 112.5 and 160 with a target range of target blood sugar of 110. So I'm like, okay, you know what? The low threshold of 70 kind of scared me at first. I was like, I don't want to go and deal with that. But if the target blood sugar is 110, that's honestly where I want to be. So it matches up still perfectly. So while my insurance is tiptoeing around and won't let me get the update, and while there are some things that I'm thinking, might slow down my jumping in, I might not jump in head first because it is such a commitment that once you download it, you cannot revert back. And basal IQ being a threshold of 80, Control IQ being a threshold of 70, slightly different, but Control IQ being the automation technology, right? It's going to help keep us in range. It might be worth a shot. So take everything with a grain of salt. Look at the pros and the cons. Make the right decision for you based on what you are looking for. If you want this thing to help you stay in range, it might be a great choice. But if you've already achieved great range and you have specific formulas and frameworks and strategies that you follow, maybe it's not as necessary for you as it is for somebody who is less controlled. So make your own decisions, look at the pros and cons, and use those to make well-informed decisions. Hopefully you found this helpful. We have tons of free resources that I want to make sure you guys are fully aware of, including a free 7-day Healthy Habits Challenge. Make sure you check that out at healthyhabits.ftfwarrior.com. Free resources from a type 1 diabetic doctor, type 1 diabetic nutritionist, and a type 1 diabetic fitness expert. That's me, and I want you guys to have it for free. So go to healthyhabits.ftfwarrior.com. I will see you in that membership and in the community, and have a great day. Keep up the fight. Also, you should totally subscribe right there. Just click the button, subscribe so you don't miss the updates. Just subscribe.